Donald Trump makes a big announcement about his new upcoming crypto platform. I'll give you the details. And Franklin Templeton is launching a new tokenized fund on the Avalanche blockchain, the same day as Grayscale launching a trust for the AVAX token. And the founder of a crypto investment firm is stating that there are trillions of dollars waiting on the sideline to come into crypto once there's regulatory clarity. We're going to break this down. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as a thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating. Folks, let's start by taking a look at the price of Bitcoin because we are seeing some recovery action a bit here. Nothing to call home about, but some positive signs. Bitcoin is back over $60,000, and many different analysts are highlighting that we're on the cusp of some sort of breakout upwards and that Bitcoin could go back and test the 70K range. However, that doesn't mean that we're going to go up in a straight line to new all-time highs. There's going to be phases to this recovery, but we want to at least get out of this boring zone, this chop sideways zone, which is so annoying. But look, market cycles have to play out. Now, we are expected to hear from the Fed come this Friday about rate cuts that are coming in September. So could this news be bullish for the markets and we see Bitcoin and other assets start to rally? It's possible because we already see that the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ are both seeing a V-shaped recovery here. They've broken out since the major correction with the Japanese yen trade situation that took place earlier in August. Plus the DXY, it is crashing heavily. Right now, it's actually oversold. So you can expect a bit of a bounce upwards, but ultimately the trajectory is for it to continue to go downwards, to go below 100. And that is, of course, bullish for risk assets. So right now we have to be patient. Things are being set up for the assets to rally, such as Bitcoin and crypto, but we got to let the market cycles play out here. But things are looking very bullish on the charts, and we'll see what the Fed has to say on Friday, which I think might trigger some bullish rallies. Now, big news today, guys. Donald Trump teases official cryptocurrency project. So we've heard from Donald Trump's sons, both Eric and Don Jr. Well, today, Donald Trump appeared to promote an official cryptocurrency project using his name in the Truth Social post on Thursday. Here's what he posted. For too long, the average American has been squeezed by the big banks and financial elites. It's time we take a stand together. Be defiant, or hashtag be defiant, the post read. The Republican presidential nominee also included a link to a Telegram channel for his official DeFi project. Now, I joined that Telegram group today just to see what's going on and to report to you guys of what I'm seeing. But right now, there's nothing in there that's giving any details at all. There's about near 36,000 people in this Telegram group. So it's called the Defiant Ones. Now, as always, we'll want to wait and get the details. Hopefully, it's something legit in a sense that almost anyone in the world can use it versus just small crypto community folks. So we know Donald Trump clearly supports crypto. He was at the Bitcoin conference. He's talked about firing Gary Gensler and much more. He has NFTs. He accepts crypto donations, and he's launching this project. Now, my hope is that this is, like I said before, something legit and not something just to get money. And by reporting this news, I'm not telling you to go vote for Donald Trump because I know people get very upset. If you talk about Donald Trump, the Kamala Harris supporters get upset. If you talk about Kamala Harris, the Trump supporters get upset. Politics has people so tightly wound sometimes that they see me as endorsing these people when I'm just reporting the news. I'm just the messenger and I'm highlighting what's happening. So I talk both about Democrats, Republicans, Trump, and Kamala Harris. And you as adults can make your own decisions what you want to do with voting. And I call it like I see it. So Trump trying to build with crypto here. He, of course, backs the crypto industry, said he would, provide the appropriate regulations and so forth if he were to become president. And yesterday I reported to you guys that Kamala Harris's top campaign advisor came out and said she's ready to back policies that support crypto. So we shall have to wait and see. As I've been telling you guys, my goal is to make sure crypto is not a ballot item, not an election issue, because we need both Democrats and Republicans to work together to get this done. And yes, we can vote on other issues and we can debate other issues, but crypto is just a technology and asset class. So we need both sides of the aisle to work together. Now, Republican Senator Tim Scott floated the idea of creating a digital asset focused panel if he chairs the Senate Banking Committee. This is significant, folks. So let me give some details. So Senator Tim Scott, who has been friendly to the crypto industry, is currently the top Republican of that committee led by Senator Sherrod Brown, Democrat out of Ohio. Now, Brown, we want to vote him out. He's definitely anti-crypto. He's a top general in Elizabeth Warren's anti-crypto army. So Senator Scott spoke on Wednesday during the Wyoming Blockchain Symposium with Senator Cynthia Lummis about how crypto legislation could still be passed this year. He said, wouldn't it be kind of cool if we had a subcommittee on the banking committee that focuses on the industry so that we can bring more light to the conversation, more hearings on the industry so that we can get things done faster. So this would be awesome to have these subgroups, so to speak, within the government in different facets of the government that is focused on digital assets and crypto, because this industry is that big. When you think about not just digital assets, crypto, but the tokenization of assets and many different things running on the blockchain. So you need these subcommittees, so to speak, to focus on crypto, because there's a lot of nuances. There's NFTs and meme coins and DAOs and so forth. There's so many layers to this. So you need to have people who understand it, can focus on it, and get things done. But this is very bullish, and I really like this idea. Now, guys, we got big news around Avalanche, and the native token for the Avalanche blockchain is AVAX. I am a AVAX token holder. I am bullish on this project because I believe it is a competitor to Ethereum. It is targeting enterprises the same way Ethereum is, while Solana is more targeting retail, meme coins, and that type of thing. And I believe there's not going to be one smart contract platform to rule them all. Ethereum can't service all the needs in the world, and Avalanche has been getting some significant adoption. Citibank and JP Morgan have been testing tokenization pilots on Avalanche. And here we got news that global investment firm with 1.6 trillion of assets under management, Franklin Templeton, expands its layer 1 blockchain footprint to the Avalanche blockchain. The Franklin Templeton on-chain U.S. government money fund is the first and only U.S. regulated mutual fund to leverage a public blockchain as the system of record and process transactions and record share ownership. One share of the $402 million fund is represented by using one Benji token, BENJI. Holders can gain exposure to the fund through the Benji Investments app. Folks, this is huge. You have some of the largest TradFi giants and companies building with blockchain, tokenizing, launching ETFs. Obviously, Franklin Templeton has both a Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. So I hope you see what's happening here. If you're still on the fence, wake up. I mean, all of Wall Street is here. Goldman Sachs is tokenizing. Morgan Stanley is opening up Bitcoin ETF trading. It's amazing what is taking place. And if you are here recognizing what's happening, count yourself lucky, because a lot of people are not paying attention. And what will happen, as we've seen historically in the different surges in adoption of technology, you have stocks and the valuation goes up, and then people are like, oh, I can make money on this. And by that time, it's too late. They come in with the dumb money crowd because they're not taking the time to research and educate themselves. So financial education is very important. And you have to take the time to research these things and learn about it. Skip the Netflix show, right? Skip playing video games and take some hours and learn about this. It's so important, and it's certainly an opportunity of a lifetime. One could argue the last opportunity like this was the .com boom, right? And so it's kind of like a once in a generation type thing. So I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm taking a position, and I've obviously made money from this asset class already, and I plan to continue to make money from it, squeeze as much orange out of this juice. So this is huge news. Here's what John Wu of Ava Labs had to say. The Avalanche network keeps growing with prominent institutions. Franklin Templeton's expansion of its money market fund to users on the Avalanche network is a testament not only to the technology, but also to the strength of the community. Now, I will be having John on the podcast in early September. We're going to talk about this and much more. There's a lot of big things happening with Avalanche. And like I said, I'm an AVAX token holder. Now, here's some bullish news for the AVAX token. Grayscale announced they're launching in AVAX Trust or Avalanche Trust. So it will include the native token AVAX. So a lot of capital is going to come into this fund, guys. And don't be surprised as the altcoin ETFs expand, you're going to see an AVAX ETF, Solana, XRP, and so forth. So very bullish on this blockchain. Obviously, do your own research. Don't go invest in it because I'm invested in it. I want you to research, but this is the type of news you want to see. Actual real world adoption, and as well as different types of financial products, such as the Grayscale Trust being built for these tokens, which will allow for more capital and liquidity to come in to the network. So very bullish news. Now, guys, quick word from our sponsor, and that is VeChain. VeChain is one of the top layer one enterprise blockchains out there. I've been a vet token holder going back to 2018. I'm very bullish on this project. They're getting significant adoption. Many enterprises are using them to build Web3 and decentralized app ecosystems. Some of the companies that are working with VeChain include Givenchy, BMW, Walmart China, and many others. They're a partner with Boston Consulting Group, building some incredible applications. Even PwC, one of the top accounting firms in the world. So if you'd like to learn more about VeChain, go to vechain.org. Link will be in the description. Now, guys, I want to share a clip here from Bart Stevens, who's the founder and managing partner of Blockchain Capital, which is a crypto investment firm. He says at the SALT conference, which is taking place this week in Wyoming, that there are trillions of dollars waiting on the sidelines for clarity. It's what I've been telling you guys, because I've been hearing from these different funds and Wall Street firms and so forth. A lot of capital wants to come in, but they can't touch it yet until there's clarity. Just look at the SOB 121 rule from the SEC, which prevents banks from being able to custody crypto. So there's still a lot of hurdles and roadblocks. So we need the clarity, guys. And this is why I'm so bullish. And I've been telling you, crypto is not just a US-based asset class. It's a global asset class. And we're going to see capital coming in from all parts of the world. Just think about the exponential rise of the values of these tokens as capital's coming in globally. It's the first truly global asset class because it's real time on the blockchain, verifiable, 24/7 trading, liquid. It's amazing, guys. Gold can't even compete. Gold may be the closest thing, as far as traditional assets, but it's even the stock market and stocks and so forth, they're not available globally, right? Not everyone in the world can own certain stocks, but they can own crypto. You can be anywhere. I've said it many times. You have a smartphone, you got an internet connection, you can have some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, and so forth. So let me play the clip here for you guys.
Regulations, because there is trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars on the sideline that's just waiting for some clarity. I sometimes go in and I'm pitching these very conservative organizations like a bank or a sovereign wealth fund, and they're like, well, Bart, why should we have any crypto at all? And I'm like, I think it's super irresponsible to have zero exposure. We're like, so let's talk about sizing of a portfolio. And if you want to buy Bitcoin, fine, or Ethereum, fine, or if you want to invest in one of our funds, that works too. But this is the fastest growing asset class in tech in history. If you want to look at Bitcoin or Ethereum and all the related companies like Kraken and Coinbase and Ripple and Anchorage and others, disclosure, I'm an investor in all those companies. It got first to $1 trillion, faster than Meta, faster than Google, faster than Apple, faster than Cisco. And this industry is here to stay. It's not going to be uninvented. It's global. And the United States is at risk of screwing it up with just overt, hostile regulatory approach. And I'm really grateful for Senator Lummis in the state of Wyoming, who's been a real pioneer here. Her staff in particular has done the work. But this has to be a bipartisan effort. It is not the job of unelected bureaucrats at three-letter agencies to pick winners and losers in technology. That's what the private sector is for. And that's what people like us that allocate capital do.
So there you have it, folks. Very bullish statements, and I've been hearing the same thing from many different institutional investors. Now, we got some big news around the SEC and crypto. So Amanda Tuminelli, who I've had on the podcast, she is at the DeFi Education Fund. She said today the DeFi Education Fund and the Blockchain Association filed an amicus brief in support of a challenge to the SEC's consolidated audit trail, arguing that the CAT, which is the consolidated audit trail, especially when it pertains to the digital asset sector, unacceptably undermines privacy and personal freedom. So I love that the industry continues to punch back. We are fighting back. We're winning. Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren are on the losing side of history. Gary is losing in the courts. He's getting publicly humiliated. And I've been telling you guys from the macro perspective, disruptive technology always wins. I think we are transitioning from the then they fight you phase to the then you win phase. Now, speaking of scumbags and scammers, along the lines of Gary Gensler, former congressional candidate with FTX ties, Michelle Bond, charged with unlawful campaign contributions. So Bond ran unsuccessfully for a U.S. House seat in 2022 in New York's 1st District as a Republican, soon after prosecutors said Bond's romantic partner, who was a high-level executive at a Bahamas-based subsidiary of a now-defunct crypto exchange, organized a sham consulting agreement between Bond and the exchange. Well, at least there's closure here and the tying up of loose ends with all these FTX people. And, obviously Sam Bankman-Fried was the head of the snake, so he's in jail. And we need all the rest of them and all these loose ends to be tied up. But the one thing that continues to elude being resolved is Gary Gensler, as we talked about in the podcast just earlier in the week and last week, that the SEC still has not handed over those communications with FTX, and Patrick McHenry had threatened a subpoena, but Gary's not going to hand it over because you know what was going on there, folks, and it was a lot of not so good stuff. Now we got news here that Babylon launches phase 1 of its self-custodial Bitcoin staking mainnet. So the Bitcoin staking protocol Babylon has launched the first phase of its self-custodial mainnet. The platform has already amassed 12,710 stakers, performing over 20,600 staking delegations. So we continue to see a lot of different products and applications are being built out around different crypto assets. So obviously Bitcoin staking is pretty incredible. And I have to test this out, so I can't vouch for it yet, but sounds like they're making progress. With regards to the Near protocol, which is a token I've been watching closely because A16Z is backing it. There's a lot of liquidity in this token. It's also an AI themed token. It could do really well. Well, they have launched a new scalability measure originally proposed by Vitalik Buterin. So the Nightshade 2.0 update introduces stateless validation, which lessens the burden on individual validators. So that's the news, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my free email newsletter on Substack. It is 100% free, includes crypto insights, knowledge, and data. And also grab a copy of my book to support the podcast, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital. Grab a copy for yourself. Grab a copy for your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. It can make a great gift. It includes tips for investing in crypto, talks about FTX, why it wasn't crypto, talks about the future of crypto, talks about Wall Street and the ETFs and why are they all here. So if you've already bought a copy, please leave a rating and review. It will help out my rankings. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.